Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back on the Snake River, and oh, there's a guy sturgeon fishing down there. But anyways, I am on the Snake River, gonna go after some trout today. I'm actually going down to the spillway that I was at on a different video. I'll leave some links in the description if you want to see that. Yeah, I'm gonna get down there, try to catch some trout. I'm actually hoping to get something big today. That's kind of the goal. So, well, that's actually always the goal. But I'm thinking because it's October now, it's usually a pretty good time of the year. What the? Oh. Oh, hey, dog. Come here. Yeah. I got a little visitor here. I saw him over there. I didn't know that he came right over. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it is October. It's a pretty good time of the year, at least in Idaho, to catch some trout. They're pretty active, and the Snake River holds some absolute slabs. So that's kind of what I'm going after. I gotta take the kayak down those ugly stairs right there, and then I gotta go all the way downstream, probably about a quarter mile, which won't be too bad because I'll be going downstream, but on the way back up, it's really gonna suck. And then going back up the stairs. So, fishing's hard work. It's hard work, but hey, you know what? Someone's got to do it, and I graciously volunteered. That's just what I do. I'm doing it for you guys too. So, all right. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get down there, and I'll meet you on the water. All right, this is the spot. I dumped my kayak just right here in this old spillway, and then I'm gonna be fishing just right here in the white stuff, maybe along the outskirts. So last time when I was here, I threw a bobber out there with about 4 feet of line below it, and I just let a night crawler dangle and move around in the current. I'm gonna try that today because I know it worked last time. So let me show you what I've got set up, how it's gonna look. Where'd that line go? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've just got a regular bait holder, whatever size that is. I'm honestly not that good with sizes, but whatever size that is. And then, so here's the hook. Then about 12 inches above the hook, I've got a couple of split shots. That's just gonna help the worm in that current just kind of stay lower, move around a little bit without floating to the top. And then like I said, the bobber will be probably 4 feet above the hook. I'm just gonna toss it in there. I'm just toss it in and do that for a little while. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll try some other stuff. I've got crankbaits. I've got what else do I have in here? I've got like power eggs. Could try. You never know. Sometimes jigs work. So, but yeah, that's the plan for now. So I'm gonna get this thing set up with a night crawler, and then I'll toss it out. All right, let's do this. Oh, let's not slip on this stuff though. Yikes. I'm gonna put it over here and let it kind of, because it'll go out that way and then hopefully drift. Oh, look at that. I don't know if that was a trout or a carp, but that's certainly a good sign. We'll just kind of wait here. My bobber is straight ahead of me. Oh, it went under, Nothing. They're hitting the surface everywhere, but I don't know if it's trout or if it's carp. That's the problem. Oh. I think I just got snagged on the ground there. It's pretty shallow over there. Well, I gotta go rebait, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. Hey, rebait. Okay, this time I'm gonna try putting it right in the white stuff. Problem is I'm not gonna see my bobber very well, but I'll hang on to the rod and just feel for any bites. Just gonna toss it right there. Let that thing drift. It's already drifting pretty far. So these are carp right in front of me here. They're all over the place. All right, so my rod's over here by all these carp. So I'm gonna pull it out. Last thing I need is a carp breaking off my line. All right, folks, no fish on the night crawler, so I'm gonna switch to this brown trout Rapala and try that for a while. I might even cast it towards the carp, see if I can't snag into one of those just for fun, just to make myself feel better for catching a fish, if I even can. So yeah, that's the plan for a little bit. There we go. Now we're on. Oh, it feels good. Oh, please don't be a carp. Oh, I think it's a carp. What do we have here? Yeah, it's gotta be a carp. Oh, it looks like a pike minnow. Oh, I think it is a pike minnow. Huge. Oh. Yeah. That is a massive pike minnow. Holy cow. Let me get the hook out of this guy. It's a pike minnow, and I think it looks like it's spawning too. Looks like a male. Oh my gosh. All things, it had to be a pike minnow. I mean, I hear they're not bad eating, and I don't necessarily want to throw it back because they are predatory. So maybe I'll keep it and try to eat it if I don't get a trout. But that thing's huge. Look at the size of that thing. What I'll do is, yeah, I'll keep it. I'll kill it real quick, keep it, and then if I don't catch any trout, then I'll take this guy home and try to eat it. If I do catch some trout, then I'll just chop this guy into bits and throw him back out for the other fish to eat. I'm gonna put him in front of this camera. There you go. hurt. Oh, there's a trout. Finally. See if we can get him in. Oh, get out of the current. Come on. Oh, see if we can get him out of the water. I don't have a net. Nice. Heck yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a trout. It's a nice rainbow. Yeah. Look at that. It's a rainbow, it's a stocked fish. You can tell, can see that. Oh, if I can get this guy under control here. Oh. He's got clipped fins up here. There we go, buddy. Bite onto my finger. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just dispose this guy. I'll not dispose, but kill him. And he got the hook stuck on my sweatshirt, but I'll kill him real quick because I am gonna take this one home, and then I'll go ahead and show him up on the other camera here in just a second. So just for comparison here, look at the size difference between this pike minnow and the trout. It's crazy. And this is a good sized trout. I mean, you know, it's probably a good 14 inch or 14, I don't know, yeah, probably 14 inches. That dude's probably, gosh, 20 something inches, probably 3 or 4 pounds too. So since I did get the trout, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this guy in the water, and I don't have anything to cut it up with, so he's just gonna have to go whole. But he is dead, and you know, these fish, I hate to kill fish and then not eat them, but these pike minnow, I mean, look at the size of this thing. This thing's been eating trout and bass, and so it's better off to have these things dead because they eat all the game fish. So, and I'll throw them back out there, let the catfish and the carp and the sturgeon eat them. Goodbye, sir. Uh-oh. 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 No. Oh, okay. Oh, buried by water. All right, guys. After getting that pike minnow and the one trout, I have not been able to get into anything yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and go upstream and fish next to the dam, and hopefully there's some better luck over there. Throw that in. I'm actually surprised how clear the water is over here. All right, everybody, so I moved away from the dam because there was so much algae, and I don't know if some of that algae is toxic, because this time of the year there is some toxic algae. So I moved away, came to this spot over here. I've been here before on another video, I've caught some trout, but I fished for about an hour. I just haven't caught anything. So what I'm gonna do, since I do have that one trout, I'm just gonna go ahead and head home. I've got to make it home by 1:30 anyways, because I've got the Boise State football game on today, and I don't want to be late for that. And then I think I'm gonna smoke this trout. I think that's what I want to do. I haven't smoked a trout in a while, so I'm gonna try to smoke it and do a nice long smoke on there, and kind of just go from there. That's the idea. I don't know what I'm gonna do afterwards, if I want to, you know, do like a trout dip or something. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna smoke it. So I'm gonna pack up, and then I'll just meet you back at my house. All right, guys, back at my house, and I got the fish prepped. Let me show you what that looks like. This time I've just got fillets, and the meat looks a little chopped up because I took like these tweezer deals that are designed to help get the pin bones out. So I used those and picked out most of the pin bones in the fish fillets. Gosh, it's bright out here. And then what I'm gonna do is, I've got my smoker prepping, although I think I just heard the circuit break, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and deal with that here in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I'm gonna set this up. But it is a combination of all of this right here. So it's gonna be honey, a little bit of salt, some water, brown sugar, and then we're just gonna stir that up. And that's gonna be the glaze that's going on top of this. That's gonna be what seasons the fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal with the circuit real quick, because I just heard that thing break, and then I'll be right back. All right, so smoker's back up and running. So this brown sugar, this is dark brown sugar. It's been in my pantry for quite a while, so I do have to kind of mash it up a little. My fillets aren't huge, so I'm not gonna need very much brown sugar this time. That's already too much, but that's all right. So I'll move the brown sugar out of the way. I'm just gonna get these clumps out of here. Just make it really fine. All right. Ideally, you want to get about a 6-to-1 ratio. There goes my circuit breaker again. To figure that out here in just a second. Hey, hop inside, please. So as I was saying, ideally you want about a 6-to-1 ratio between brown sugar and salt. So I'm thinking, and I'm just gonna wing it here. Probably looks all right. Then I'm gonna go ahead. This is Idaho honey. It's raw, unfiltered, and I'm gonna go ahead and take off the little gizmo thingy there. I'll just toss that to the other side. So we'll go ahead and we'll drizzle some of that in here as well. This is just gonna help with the sweetness, as well as just help the glaze adhere to the fish better. And then just a little bit of water, not too much. Again, we want this to be a glaze more than anything. Yeah, just start stirring that up. So I'll stir this up for a little bit, and then I'll show you what it should look like once it's all finished up. All right, so that's about what it should look like. Just a good glaze. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the fish, and we'll glaze those up. All right, got our pieces of trout. That breaker keeps going out, so I'm gonna have to figure that out here. I don't know what's going on. So we'll just take a little, whatever you call this thing, glaze applier, I don't even know, and we're gonna glaze them. I'm not gonna go too heavy on these because I do still want that trout flavor in there, and I don't want it to be too sweet, but just something like that. Remember how I told you, you really don't need that much. I mean, in terms of how much I mix. I'm gonna glaze it over a few times during the smoke just to make sure that I get a good even glaze throughout, but you really don't need that much. So that right there looks pretty good. So once I figure out what in the world's going on with my smoker and why it keeps shorting out the breaker, then I'll get these things on. Okay, well, I figured out the issue with the circuit dealio. So I've got this thing ready. I'm gonna go ahead and take fish fillet number 1. Go ahead and lay it right there. Stuck in the bush behind me. Yep. And fish fillet number 2. We'll go ahead and shut that out. Okay. And in case some of you were wondering what smoker this is the Camp Chef. It is the DLX version, and the settings that I'm using on this one, I just have it set to low smoke. That way I don't get too much smoke in the fish. I do want it to taste still kind of fishy, the way trout should taste, but with that smoke flavor and texture. So we'll go ahead and leave that on. I'm thinking about 2 or 3 hours. We'll check on it periodically. Man, it's hot today. It's October, and well, I guess it could be that I'm standing in front of a smoker too, but it's still hot today. It's like 75, and it's October 3rd or 4th or something like that in Idaho. So I'm not sure what's going on, but hey, that's Idaho for you. So anyways, yeah, about 2 to 3 hours. We'll check on this thing periodically and add some more glaze to it when needed. It's been about an hour and a half, and so far it looks really good. So to be honest with you, the color from the glaze looks pretty good. So I'm thinking I'm not gonna worry about putting more glaze on it, because the coloration's still there, and I don't want to oversaturate it with the glaze. I don't want it to be too sweet, so I'm thinking it's okay how it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this on for a little while longer, let it just finish smoking. It's not hot to the touch. It's warm, but it's not hot to the touch, and that's because I've got it on a low smoke, so it's not gonna be too hot. So yeah, not too bad at all. We'll give this about another hour and a half, and I'll check it out at that point. All right, we should be ready here. It's been about 3 hours and 10 minutes. Check those out. They look almost the same as last time. Go ahead and throw that down. Smells amazing. And let's go ahead and we're gonna turn this thing off. So we gotta do shut down. That's basically just gonna run the remaining pellets into ash. And sweet. All right, so I'm actually not gonna bring these in just yet. The reason why is because I've got all my kids in there. They're just running around without t-shirts and stuff on, and it's also a little clustered inside. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to go ahead and take both of them, put them in the fridge, let them chill for a little bit, and then I'm actually going to take some crackers and some cream cheese and put some trout on top of that and show you how to make a delicious snack, basically. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these inside. Yo, so trout is chilled. I've got it back out here with some crackers and cream cheese. I'm gonna show you how to eat this, at least the way I do.
So take your, I like the club crackers because they're buttery. Take your, can't use a broken one, that's no fun. Alright, so we take this one that's not broken. In this case, I've got the whipped cream cheese, and it's the roasted red pepper. So you take a little bit of this, not much, but just a good enough. Go ahead and spread it on your cracker. And by now, I'm assuming you've guessed that I'm going to go ahead and throw some trout on top of that. I went ahead and took the skin off the back, so that's what it looks like. The other fillet is in the fridge. I didn't need them both out for this. So take, you know, one that will take up the size of the cracker or close to it. And that's about what it should look like. Then you taste it. So let's go ahead and do that. I gotta tell you, the roasted red pepper, that's good. I will admit that I think I prefer the original cream cheese with the trout. The only reason for that, this is still just as good. I mean, it's really good, but it does take away from the flavor of the trout. But it's still really good. So that's how I would eat it. If you're not sure how to eat smoked trout, that's one really good way to do it. And then of course you can just eat it normal, you know, just like a regular piece of fish. I think it tastes better chilled, if you want my opinion. But it tastes really good straight off the smoker as well. So, yeah. Overall, what would I rate this thing? I'm thinking if I had done it with the original, which I have some original in the fridge, but my wife uses that for the bagels. But with this one, with the roasted red pepper, I'd give it a 7. With the regular cream cheese, I'd give it a 10 because you get that flavor of the trout, and it tastes really good by itself too. You really have that good sugar glaze on the outside. And with this piece and the other piece, I took out the pin bones, so you can literally just eat this thing straight because there are no bones in here. It's been filleted and all the bones have been picked out. So yeah, cool. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this episode, and we'll see you next time.